Hey guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com and a quick first impressions gameplay video for Dragon's Dogma Online. Free to play action MMORPG developed and published by Capcom Online Games. I spent about 10 to 15 minutes running around checking this game out. Make some comments. If you guys want to play Dragon's Dogma Online or just learn more about it, do check out the full review on MMOs.com on the link below. So let's go get started. We're actually in the game right now, in the tutorial. I should mention it is a Japanese game, as you can probably tell with all the Japanese text on the screen. Now, unfortunately, you do need a Japanese IP address to play the game. And there's a guide on how to do all that and get a VPN to get into the game on the link in the description. Close this out. So we should be able to complete this tutorial hopefully pretty quickly. I am playing as a fighter right now. It's your vocation. However, those can be changed. So you're not kind of locked into one class, which is kind of nice. More of a fluid system. The game is available for PC, PS3, and PS4 in Japan, but we'll only be able to play on the PC version, obviously, through the VPN. Close this out. This is Japanese voice acting too, which is quite nice. It's also obviously based on the Dragon's Dogma franchise, so your characters are not like anime-y. They're more like realistic, more gritty. I did max out the boob slider in the character creation options, and unfortunately, we couldn't get him as big as we wanted. But then again, we really can't get him as big as we want. Except maybe Perfect World. I feel like we got it down quite a bit in Perfect World. The game has quite a character selector. Combat does feel pretty satisfying because again, it is a free target, basically, no action elements. Does right click block too? Nope, left click keeps attacking. In a game like this, I feel like PvP could always be really fun if they handle the gameplay pretty well. And get this tutorial out of my screen. Get the tutorial out of there. I'm good. We got this. Can I see my... Do I have a hotkey bar? I think it was the bottom. We'll figure it out. These are all level 12 or level 15, so it should be pretty easy. Easy kills. Hopefully this game does come out in the West eventually. I'm doing a video for this now because it's possible it may never come out in the West. One of the directors for the game specifically did say they will look for a westward expansion eventually if the game continues to do well, but who knows if it'll ever actually come out. Now, Dragon's Dogma is a franchise that's been out for... It has been out in the West. I know I think there's a console game for it. Alright, we're going in here. E to open the door. What a surprise. I guessed it. The game's menu kind of gives me a constantly vibe. I'm getting a constantly vibe from the menu. Alright, we're in here. Again, I'm not going to be able to follow the story, obviously, since it is in Japanese. But I feel like a lot of these Japanese RPGs, even Japanese MMORPGs with Final Fantasy 11 and 14, they have pretty amazing stories. They do spend time on fleshing out their story, whereas a lot of Korean games, yeah, Blade still had a pretty decent story too, but I feel like a lot of Korean games kind of cheapen out and just try to get the game out as soon as possible. So I expect the story here will be probably pretty decent. Too bad we're not going to be able to hear it. So shift is our block. So we actually block enemy attacks, and then we have to swing back if we want to. Block it. It doesn't matter. We can just probably left click and kill this guy because he gets kind of stun locked too while we're left clicking on him. Man, this poor orc. He just got dunked. Right click does... Oh man, there's a charge attack or something? We'll try it again while we get back up. And if we let go, we can charge. Oh no, it's just a charge up attack. Simple enough. So shift blocks, right click does our charge attack, and left click is just mashing to do tons of damage. Again, it is a tutorial, so we're not gonna die. Double tap a direction to run too. I feel like a game like this could work pretty well with a Xbox controller as well. It probably does support native support. I would be surprised if it didn't. Because, you know, there aren't that many keys we have to press right now. But I'm sure we'll unlock more later. The fact that you can change vocations too, kind of play everything you want, is kind of neat too. These guys are all dead. Let's keep running forward. It is supposed to be an open world MMORPG too. Escape to get rid of that. We're good. We're good. The bosses, Matt was talking about the game in the previous podcast, and he said the bosses are kind of like Shadow of the Colossus level, like crazy. You jump on them, stabbing them. So that's potential. It's just unfortunate that it's only out in Japan. But obviously, bringing it out to the West costs a lot of money too. They got to localize it. Or if they don't want to localize themselves, they have to find a publisher who will. And it's a whole process, obviously. We'll have to skip this cutscene as well. It's actually the voice acting too. I feel like a lot of games just give up on voice acting and they just don't do it. So anytime a game actually bothers to voice acting, it kind of shows the developers pretty serious about the game. Because if you can spend like millions and millions of dollars making a game, I feel like the voice acting bit is just a little bit extra at that point, you know? Whoa, we got Crystal. What a surprise. Japanese game, RPG, Crystal. Is it a crystal actually? It's either a crystal or a giant comet. Can we actually talk in the loading screen? Is that why that's here? Yeah, you can. You actually talk during loading screen. That's neat. I like that. I feel like every game should have that. While a game is loading, might as well be able to talk. I know some games used to put like a mini game you could play during loading. But I'm not a fan of these long loading screens already, but it's because it's loading these cutscenes as well in the tutorial. It's not going to be as bad when you're playing the game. Probably when you go through dungeons and stuff, and cool scenes will come out. Alright, skip this scene as well. So I think we're done with the tutorial, because we look kind of basic already. Back to level 1. Main quest clear. Main quest accepted. So our quest locations you can kind of see on our map in the top right. Click M. Can we see it over here? Yeah, basically anything. These are pretty clearly our quests. So we'll run over there. Now, because not everything is translated, I mean, a few things are. You can see in the menu earlier. If you don't know where you're going, or a certain quest is a little more complex, you're obviously gonna have issues. That's always the problem with playing, these foreign games. Obviously, latency will be a problem too. So if you ever run PvP pretty seriously in any foreign game, you're gonna have issues. So just keep running this way. This area seems kind of empty too. I'm not sure which city we're in right now. Keep going. And I'm getting very constantly vibes from the interface. All right, we're loading. We're going into the castle. People are talking in the chat though. We got this guy with the classic name of GGGGGGGGG A+. So I had really cool armor earlier. Now we're so basic now. We just lost it all. It's one of those games where it teases you with gear and stuff at the beginning and then it takes it all away. Subtitles, I cannot read those as well, unfortunately. So we got the update. Next quest is we got to talk to you again. Skip through the dialogue and talk to you. Not you, JK. We don't need to talk to you. We need to talk to you. She's like the princess. Wow, my character is giant. I made my character as tall as possible and with the biggest boobs as possible. But again, they're a little bit lacking. I feel like maybe they reserved the proper boob slider in the cash shop, perhaps. But no, they're obviously going for a more realistic vibe than other, Japanese or anime games. So it's not surprising that they're keeping it very realistic, and even the combat is very gritty. It's meant to be, it's got a very Western feeling to it in terms of like the blood, the violence, the sequences. I'm sure you get some crazy like over the top moves later on too. More voice acting. We're gonna skip it. Let me see the skill menu. K is not. We're level 2 already. Easy level 2. Unfortunately, K is not the skill menu. We click Shift F. Can we see our different abilities? Control left is going to be different than control right. So basically, those are all our attacks. Shift blocks, obviously, left and right click. It tells you controls. B to hold to switch skills. There we go. What are we switching to? Boosh. We switch skills to something. And F1, F3 for screenshots. What does F1 do? I'm guessing F3 is screenshot. No. Oh, just change our camera view. Interesting. Wait, no, we can. All right. This is obviously we can't play like this. Is it for a screenshot view? It must be for something like that. All right. Let's get out of this menu. It is for screenshot menu. Talk to you, and hopefully we can go outside town. I want to see some of the persistent elements. We obviously want the one with the most damage, which is this one. Give me that. Give me that sword. Give me the good shit. All right, close that out. And hopefully this takes us outside town. We can actually run outside town on our own anyway, if it's not going to take us there for a quest. But there's somebody here. It is taking us there, hopefully. We'll find that in a moment, though. The graphics, I feel like they look a little bit better than the trailer. I did max them out in the options as well. The graphics feel a little bit dated. I mean, they're not bad, obviously, but I felt like it looked a lot better in the trailers I've seen. Maybe I didn't correctly max them all out. But let's go leave town. Well, luckily it's taking us that way anyway. Can we go through here? Oh no, I went the wrong way. We gotta go this way. Map, go away. Alright, we're going up here. Go away, tutorial stuff. We don't need to hear you. So obviously, if you don't remain committed, it's going to be a bit of a chore to learn through the interface, learn how everything works, because you kind of think of, in a Korean game, I feel like I could work my way around the interface. K is skills. I can find everything that way pretty easily. You gotta work a little harder in these Japanese games, because it's not going to be the same interface you're used to. Like F5 is our item bag. Isn't that kind of weird? Like you have to click F5 to bring that up. Like you would normally click I or B in like most games. I does it as well actually, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I does it as well. But I'm not sure why the default's to that over here, like on the hotkey bar. So we're going outside town right now, and we'll see what the open world areas look like. We can drop a nice. No, I can't. All right. Let's see how big these zones are. They actually look pretty massive. Holy crap! I like that a lot, again, because so many games have gotten to a point where the zones are tiny. Whether it's Echo of Soul, even in a game like Blade and Soul, the areas felt very segmented. Where you had older games like Lineage 2, for example, didn't have that issue. So it's kind of nice that they're doing this. Block you. They're all level 1. We can dumpster these guys. We could try control left click too. So you can actually get punished for actually getting hit even once. Because you do fall down. And you do stagger very easily. So you kind of have to pay attention to exactly what you're doing in combat, which is nice. Too many games you can steamroll like without even thinking, left clicking. So introducing a tactical element to the combat is definitely a nice touch. Because again, if you're getting staggered by a group of like decent level enemies, you could die. Get rid of this. All right, I'm gonna block you. Oh, I totally blocked that. Come on. So let's try a few other attacks too. We can do control right click. No, that's still my same charge. We're gonna hold B to switch skills and see what's up. Maybe I don't have any skills to switch to. Alright, we blocked that way. We good. Level up level 3 already. Nice. So we're switching to, I guess, another form or something? I think it's gonna all remain the same for now, yeah. So let me see again. But the world is definitely quite large. The fact that, you know, these zones are quite open. Final Fantasy 14, for example, which I'm playing right now, at least as for watching this video, is also it's large zones, but they're still loading between them. Obviously, they'll be loading over here in between them as well, too, probably. But these zones seem pretty huge. Holy crap. Like, can I walk all the way like to here without reloading? If so, that's amazing. Did they actually get all that in there? But yeah, you saw the basic gameplay in Dragon's Dogma Online. I personally can't get too excited about it until it's announced in the West because I'd rather play with low ping. I'd rather play with English, you know, proper English translations and everything. It's hard to commit to a game if you... if it's not in your local area. And plus, you can't really communicate with other people in the game. I'm sure there's an English community in Dragon's Dogma Online. I mean, the Reddit page, for example, is quite solid. But yeah, if you guys do want to play Dragon's Dogma Online, at least to just get a feel for it, just see what it's all about, do check out the full review on MMOs.com or the guide to playing the game yourself on the link below. Anyway, guys, later.